Imagine waking up in 117 AD, living inside the most powerful political system the world had ever known. The roads are safe. The law is absolute. The currency is pure silver. Nothing appears breakable. Under Emperor Trajan, Rome reached its greatest territorial extent, 5 million square kilometers, from Britain to Mesopotamia, over 450,000 professional soldiers, a road network exceeding 400,000 kilometers. It was a machine, operating with terrifying efficiency. But every machine requires fuel. Rome's fuel was expansion. When expansion stopped, gold stopped flowing. And that is when something invisible began. In the 1st century, the denarius contained over 95% silver. By 270 AD, it held less than 5%. The coin looked the same, but its value evaporated. Prices increased more than 20-fold in 50 years. People did not lose their money. They lost trust. In 235 AD, Emperor Alexander Severus was assassinated. Historians call what followed the crisis of the 3rd century. In just 49 years, over 20 emperors ruled. Most were murdered. The army no longer protected the state. It created it and reshaped it by force.
The army no longer protected the state. It created it and reshaped it by force.
In 284, Emperor Diocletian rose to power. He chose to save the empire by dividing it, east and west, 2 capitals, 2 administrations, a silent admission that unity was no longer sustainable. In 313, Emperor Constantine issued the Edict of Milan. The identity of the empire shifted. In 330, the capital moved to Constantinople. Rome was no longer the center. Power moved, and the spirit followed. In 476 AD, the young emperor Romulus Augustulus was deposed by the Germanic commander Odoacer. There was no explosion, no final night of fire. People did not feel they were witnessing the end of civilization. They felt they were living through the failure of a system. But here is the part rarely told. Odoacer did not destroy Rome. He did not crown himself emperor. He sent the imperial insignia east, to Constantinople, to Emperor Zeno. It was not rebellion, it was negotiation. Justinian launched campaigns to reclaim Italy, North Africa, parts of Spain. For a moment, the Mediterranean was Roman again. He built the Hagia Sophia, a monument to eternal empire. But then, the plague came. Half the population of Constantinople perished. Expansion had returned. So had the cost. Inside the palace, power was fragile. Emperors were blinded to make them unfit to rule. Generals were crowned by soldiers. Alliances shifted overnight. Civil wars drained the treasury. Corruption hollowed the state. The empire survived invasions, but struggled against itself. In 1453, nearly 1,000 years after 476, Constantinople fell. Cannons shattered the ancient walls. Emperor Constantine XI died fighting. There was no empire left to retreat to. This time, Rome truly ended.
For the empire!
Or did it? Rome lives in civil law, in senates, in military ranks, in roads that connect continents. Empires do not vanish, they mutate. The fall of Rome was not a collapse, it was a transformation of power. Rome did not collapse in a single battle. It compromised. A little silver removed from the coin, a little more taxation, a little more loyalty purchased. Each decision reasonable, each decision temporary. Together, irreversible. When institutions weaken, personal power grows. When rules blur, ambition sharpens. And when ambition outruns structure, systems fracture. In 378 AD, at the Battle of Adrianople, the Roman army was shattered by the Goths. Emperor Valens burned alive on the battlefield. For the first time in centuries, Rome realized something terrifying. The barbarians were no longer outside the empire. They were inside it. Entire Gothic tribes were settled within Roman borders, given land, given titles, even given ranks in the army. By 1204, the unthinkable happened. In the Fourth Crusade, Christian crusaders sacked Constantinople, not Muslims, not Persians, but fellow Christians. Alliances had rotted. The empire never truly recovered. When Mehmed II entered Constantinople in 1453, he did not abolish the Roman administrative machine. He absorbed it, kept the tax registries, kept the bureaucrats, kept the imperial capital. The Ottoman court adopted the title Kaiser-i-Rum, Caesar of Rome, not destroyer of Rome, heir to it. And in the West, another transformation was unfolding. In 800 AD, Charlemagne was crowned emperor in Rome, a new Roman Empire, holy, German, neither fully Roman nor fully new. So, what truly collapsed? Not the idea of Rome, not its legal DNA, not its administrative logic. What collapsed was legitimacy. The moment citizens stop believing that the system serves them, decay begins. It happened in the 3rd century, when soldiers auctioned the throne, when currency became illusion, when loyalty shifted from state to survival. Empires rarely collapse from invasion first. They collapse from internal erosion that makes invasion possible. Rome teaches a brutal lesson. Power is not territory. It is trust. When trust fractures, armies multiply, taxes rise, walls thicken. But the foundation cracks silently. Empires collapse first in spreadsheets, then on battlefields. 378 AD, Emperor Valens at Adrianople. Not just defeat. The wall between Rome and the barbarians had vanished. 439 AD, North Africa, Rome's breadbasket, falls. Without its grain, Rome starved first economically, then physically. 476 AD, Romulus Augustulus lifts the crown from his head, a process centuries in the making. The Western Empire fades quietly, a whisper in history. 1240, Crusaders sack Constantinople. Not outsiders, not distant foes, but fellow Christians. Alliances rotted from within. 1453, the final echo, not sudden collapse, but the slow fading of a 1,000-year light. Currencies circulate while value collapses. Elections take place while legitimacy erodes. Collapse is rarely dramatic. It is administrative, gradual, normalized. And one day, the system wakes, to find it hollow. The machinery remains, but the soul is gone. Empires die not when cities fall, but when people stop believing their story. Rome never truly died. It lives in law, in roads, in language, in architecture. As long as the story survives, Rome survives.